more so than ever now for your generation.
Totally, massively. I mean, I think we were just saying our generation, one of the last generations to say, look, just get on with it, right? And probably not taught, encouraged not to really say, which is why I think the age range of guys certainly taking their own lives, big subject, right, who's in the 40s is where it's highest, right? I think that's going to go down. I think you'll find that age range in the 30s over the next decade, and then in the 20s, in the one after. And I hate to say that because it sounds like a real doom and gloom subject, but look, at least if we're aware of where it could be going and understand why, what can we do about it, right? But what it is you've got your talents, your skills, your strengths. You've got who you really are. X marks the spot, right? That's who you really are. So, you know, for me, that's the bit that you've got to be really clear on. What stresses everybody out in life, this gap, is when you're trying to be someone that you're not. And you're trying to be this person for who?
For everybody else.
For everybody else. So you're prepared to self-sacrifice, be unhappy, be fucking miserable, right? Have hang-ups about yourself because you want to keep... If these people aren't happy with who you really are, why would you want to fucking be with them anyway, right? We live in a world at the moment where I think a large majority don't really know what their strengths and gifts are, what their talents are, right? That's our organisation. It's all about finding people's strengths and talents. And with the right attitude, they've got to have the right attitude. They've got to do the work. They've got to come out of the comfort zone, but they've got to focus on what they're good at, right? What happens to stress then, when you're doing all the things that you're good at? It goes. You'll get challenged, but it's nowhere near as stressful. You're going to be out of your comfort zone, so you'll get nervous. You'll do things that you don't, oh God, I don't really have to do that. Yes, you do. You've done it. Fucking hell, I'm glad I've done that. Right? That isn't stress, that's growth. What stresses totally? You know, we were talking about a friend of ours today, you know, who's been through depression. Depression. What causes depression generally is feelings that are out of control, right? You're feeling like you're in conflict. That's all it is. So the less conflict people have, the happier they're going to be. But it's an internal mechanism, right? So you've got to be really self-aware, or you've got to ask yourself better questions to figure out who you really are. So what are you passionate about? What do you care about the most? Forget money for a second. And this is what makes me laugh. I saw an estate agent advertising for roles in a Facebook ad, right? And it was like, you've got to be driven, you've got to be ambitious, you've got to be that, you've got to be this, you've got to be that, you've got to be this, boom, 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 boom. Money, 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 right? Then you look down the comments and all the people were saying, what's the salary? What's the salary? What's the salary? What's the salary? Well, you get what you fucking make, right? Because what they'll be bringing is people that are on the take, okay? So, by all means, right? If that's who you are, go and find a job that's all about you, your money, your significance, and no doubt you'll be happy to a degree. But you've probably got to tap into why you want those things in the first place, right? And then you'll realise that's not who you really are, right? There's loads of people that I know that have left high-powered, high-paid jobs, and they've gone into things that suit their purpose, who they really are, the things that they're passionate about, and they've almost taken 2-3 steps back to go forward, because mentally they want to do something that's more fulfilling in their life. I hope this resonates, because it made, you know, when I was, oh God, I was 19, and it was really weird, because, and I hope my mum's not watching this video, but she ain't the most positive thinker, right? But one day she said to me, why don't you go and be an estate agent? Go and be an estate agent. I thought, well, a couple of thoughts sprung to mind. No one likes estate agents, so and I wanted to be liked, right? The other thing is, she said to me, but you're really good with people. And I thought, well, I agree with that. I like people. So there's something here. So I walked to the estate agent in town. It was a couple of miles away. I didn't drive at the time. There was an advert going where, you know, you needed to drive and you wanted to be a trainee, and you could start a $6,000 basic salary, you know, a little bit of commission. I thought, I can't, you know, got in there, and this guy said to me, do you drive? I said, no. He said, well, why are you here? And I said, because I love people. Next thing you know, 3 interviews later, job, career, 24 years in this industry, it's been life-changing. Why has it been life-changing? Because A, my mum believed in me. 2, she saw my strengths. 3, I took the courage to realise that this is who I really am. This is what would really fit with my strengths. I wonder what will happen next. Well, 24 years later, I'm leading a fantastic culture with great people based around the same theory, ethos. Find your strengths, get your talents, and find somewhere that'll invest in you using them. You know, my definition of success is definitely about happiness or fulfillment, but actually you get that from being paid to do what you're good at, right? You don't get happiness or success or fulfillment if you're doing stuff that you don't enjoy, right? And you don't give value when you're doing that. There was a statistic not long ago that about 85% of the people that are in employment hate what they do.
We could go back to yourself.
How many hours a week do those people work on average? 40, 50? So they're spending 40 to 50 hours a week doing something that they don't enjoy. Let's have a look at that, right, just for a second. What damage does that do to their confidence? Where do you think they might be in here? They're over here, stressed, because they're doing something that they don't enjoy. It's not in the skill zone, it's not their unique talent, their gifts that they're playing with at the moment. They're forced into a corner. I've got to pay the mortgage, got to pay the rent, got the bills to pay, got commitments. And it's a real challenge. And I feel at the moment that that's where society's been driven. And I, you know, if one piece of advice that I could give you today, and that's for you, your obligation to you is to master your talent. You've got to believe in you, because if you don't believe in you, nobody else will. And that's including your family, your children, all of your friendships. If you're spending 40 to 50 hours a week doing something that you hate, how do you think you're coming across at home? What do you think you're like when you go down the pub? What kind of mates have you probably got? Quite a people that also like to have a bit of a bitch and a moan about their lives, yet you've all got the same choices, right? It's all in your control. It's a little bit like Brexit at the moment. I'm seeing more passion on social media around Brexit and all the stuff that people can't control rather than the things that they can control in their lives. I didn't let no fucking politician decide how my life's going to end up. I don't care if it's Boris, fucking whoever else. I mean, I'm not going to share my political beliefs on this particular video, but needless to say, my beliefs are you could do with feedback from all people to grow to a vision, right? You shouldn't have just one side, one way. You should be able to take in the views of everybody and decide what the best solutions are. And if those best solutions are from the right, they're from the bloody right. If they're from the left, they're from the left. Our culture's growing because we're investing in the ideas of others. And those others won't necessarily have all the opinions that I carry in and believe in. And I wouldn't want that. I want to be around people that give a shit, that have a damn, they care, but they're prepared to do the work. Now, what's making me laugh at the moment is you've got a load of people out there, they're in fear of what this country's going to turn into because it's going to make a difference in their life. It won't. You're going to make the biggest difference in your life. The sooner you get to realise that, the better. And that you can say is arrogance. You fucking bullshit. There's no arrogance coming across in this video. It's just real. You just might not want to hear it, right? You will make the biggest difference in your life right now. No one else. Do you want to inspire the people around you? Do you want to be someone that people look up to? Or do you want to be a drain, right? You know, there's radiators, there's drains, right? Yeah, which one are you? Do you always talk about the things you can't control, focus on the negative, reasons why you can't, all the excuses? Because let's be honest, if something means enough to you, you're going to find a way. If it doesn't, we'll just find an excuse. There's loads of great excuse makers in the world. Join the queue. If you want to be different, do different. Focus on your strengths. Focus on your talents, master them, work on them every single day and enjoy what you've got. This wasn't a planned video. This has just come out of nowhere, but it's something that I'm really passionate about because I believe in people. I believe in every single person has a strength and a skill, and we're being discouraged by society, right? So you've got to take control. Don't rely on anybody else. I hope you enjoy.